Welcome back to iHeart Crypto. So, Bitcoin is coming in at $20,336 tonight. And basically, we're in the same spot we've been in for God knows how long. So, let's just take a look at it on the daily. So, on the daily, we can see we are consolidating right down here. Okay. You know, we haven't come back down to kind of take these wicks, and I do expect Bitcoin to be coming back down to take these wicks at some point. So, what we can do in the moment is kind of just go over the short-term time frames. Let's just start there, okay? And first of all, let's just throw our Fibonacci on here because we do have a local high and our local low. So let's just throw our fibs on there and see where we're at, and it's just going to show us just how much the price action is respecting our fib levels. So let's go over here to the 4 hour. And right now we are getting support on our 0.382 fib. All right. This is a really tough spot. It's a really, really tough spot in my opinion. Today we had, Sheldon from Crypto Banter was trying to throw in a long trade right up here. He was thinking that we were going to break this resistance, back test, and maybe come back up and head back to, the mid 20s. But that didn't happen. Instead, what did we do? We dumped. And it wasn't a crazy dump. It was nothing, What did we go down? Why's my magnet on? We went down from there, 4%. No big deal, although that would have been a great shorting opportunity. I know the dude from Bitcoin Census threw in a short on the live stream from in the AM. But really, let's just look to see what we got here, folks. So on the 4 hour though, we do have bearish divergence, and maybe that's what's playing out right now, where we are going to get that bounce. I'm kind of feeling like throwing in a long. The whole market is bearish, and I think that when the market is bearish, it's a good time to throw in a long. And call me crazy here too, but you throw on the moon phases. All right, let's just go over to the daily. The moon phases. What do we got going on the moon phases? So here's your local top on your moon phase. Here's your local bottom. We're looking for that local top. I mean, let's see, what's the date in that? May 30th? And then the new moon was June 14th. Is that what the moon phases are doing? Let's see. Moon phases. Let's see what we got here. Or moon cycles, is it? Moon cycle. What is today's moon? Moon phases. The 14th was a full moon. We are on the 28th though. We have a new moon. All right, new moon is happening today. So a new moon would be bearish, in essence. Let's get this moon phases out of here. Oh my God, what are we doing? We're going over moon phases now. Isn't it hysterical that we're trying to predict Bitcoin with moon phases? Let's go over some other real indicators, shall we? All right, let's take a look at the daily. The daily printed a red dot yesterday. So that played out, at least. Yeah, we've had 3 red days in a row. Those actually on the daily, are those 3 black crows? That's not good. That's looking like 3 black crows. And don't get me wrong. I mean, 3 black crows. Bros. Imagine. 3 black crows. Let's just make sure. 3 black crows is a phase used to describe a bearish candlestick pattern which may predict a reversal of an uptrend. This isn't exactly an uptrend, but okay. It consists of 3 consecutive long-bodied candlesticks that have opened within the real body of the previous candle and closed lower than the previous candle. Okay. Can we get a picture? All right. That looks like 3 black crows on the daily. explain how to use three black crows. Three black crows versus white soldiers. There's limitations of using three black crows. If the three black crows pattern involves a significantly low move lower, traders should be wary of oversold conditions that could lead to consolidation before a further move lower. The best way to assess the oversold nature of a stock or other asset is by looking at the relative strength index. All right, so fair enough. So are we oversold on our indicators is the question. So our RSI, slightly oversold. Our stocks are topped out on the daily. This is screaming short, to be honest with you. I mean, I want to throw in a long really bad because like the whole market is bearish. I mean, it just doesn't feel like a shorting opportunity. It just doesn't. I just don't feel that in my bones. But then again, you know, we attacked this fib level. Could we come down to the 0.5 and then maybe hit this golden pocket? Also, you know, if you look at your trader's reality indicator, which we love, trader's reality, on the daily, you don't have any yellow vector candles, but let's just take a look on the hourly. You know, on the hourly, yeah, you got a vector down here. You got this vector right here. That bad boy right there that you can come back down and take. They want that candle. You know they do. You even have this, you have a little bit down there that they could have taken. So, and it's right by the golden pocket. And we know how they love to just bring price down a little bit below the golden pocket. So, I don't know. In fact, we're going to just make this a little bit like vectory, if you will. Yeah, that'll signify that it's a vector. Okay, let's say that. So, but here's the deal: is if I am looking at my trader's reality indicator, I changed the colors. You know, if you want, I can explain it more. But this is a red and high volume candle, and we did leave that liquidity up there. A lot of it, a ton of it actually. You could say that it retraced it a little bit here during the Sydney session. Spreads can tend to be a little bit bigger, but you also left this this high volume vector candle, the selling candle, here as well, sitting up here on the 1 hour by the 55 EMA. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like a long is in place at the current moment, in my opinion. It doesn't really make sense to be trying to go short here. But look at you. You're actually on the 15-minute. You're trying to come down. I mean, are we just gonna leave this vector candle alone? We barely came up and took half of it. I mean, you'd want to get a spike up. What I would have thought is that you're in this descending channel here. I mean, you got one touch there, one touch there. You got 3 touches on the top side. I'm looking for my 3rd touch on the way down. I mean, if it touched this line, I would definitely be inclined to throw in a long. I mean, you're just kind of bleeding out at the moment. Bleeding out at the moment. So, just another thing to be thinking about. Let's try to clean this up a little bit. And it's probably going to be a terrible video, guys. It's 11:46 at night. I moved to Classroom today. Absolutely horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Let's see. Let's try to pull that all the way down to the golden pocket. Alright. I mean, there's your channel. This is what you're on the higher time frame. I mean, this is the 15-minute, but if you go over the 2 hour, you're definitely in that. You're definitely in that. Let's get the trader's reality off here. I mean, so we know we got a high vector candle chilling up there, up here right above the 0.236 fib. All right, right up there by the 55 EMA. And what do we know about the market makers is they love to bring price back up into the 55 EMA, and that they don't deviate from it for too long, from not too far either, especially when you're consolidating here and you're kind of seeing some sideways action. All right, so I mean, you are holding. I mean, I know that 2,200. You know, it's not like this major level of support. I mean, yeah, I guess you could say it is because you did have some consolidation right here. All right, so you're holding this. You're holding a higher low. That's a positive. That's a positive. So like I said, you have bearish divergence on your 4 hour. All right. I don't really see any bullish divergence. I mean, I'm not the best at spotting bullish divergence. Like not the greatest, but in essence, let's see if we have any on the 4 hour. So we got our bearish, which is playing out. So what would our bullish be? Here is your swing lows. All right. You do have some bullish divergence. So you have both. So your bearish divergence played out. Now you got some bullish divergence forming. I mean, it could be erased with a lower low, right? You could say that, but you know, that's bullish divergence, is it not? I mean, let's go to our cheat sheet. If you don't know what this is the beginner's guide to be crypto assets. It's available in the description and the link below. Check it out. And it does give you a divergence cheat sheet down here at the bottom of the slideshow, if I can find it. So here's your bullish divergence. You got lower lows in your price action, higher lows in your RSI, or you have hidden bullish divergence, which is what we're seeing. We're seeing hidden bullish divergence. That's what we're seeing. So you got hidden bullish divergence on the 4 hour. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. Interesting. And your 4 hour Stokes are low. That's a good sign. What do we got on the 6 hour? Let's check money flow. Money flow on the 6 hour is kind of coming out. Your VWAP is starting to curve up here. On your 4 hour, money flow looks like it wants to curve up. See? VWAP wants to curve up. 3 hour money flow is starting. It is leveled off. VWAP is curved up. 1 hour. Money flow is pretty much going sideways. VWAP is starting to come down. I'm just getting mixed signals here. 15 minutes looks bearish as hell. 15 minute looks absolutely horrible. Oh, look at that. We are getting a dump. We're talking about this bullish divergence that's about to be erased. Well, I guess the thing is that the bullish divergence is only valid with a higher low, right? Well, the hidden bullish divergence is only valid with a higher low, and after that low, it starts swinging to the upside. So, that's not good. That's not good at all. Yeah, no bueno. No bueno. So you got your hidden bullish divergence. All right, 15 minute. So what could be happening here? I mean, look at your 15 minute. Your 55 EMA is basically just holding you down. It's caught up to price by now, and it is just going to be holding you down. So I mean, but could this be the move down that we see before we see a move up? I really want to throw in a trade because, you know, I do have a little bit of money on the side. And I do want to just put in a trade because I haven't put in a trade in forever, but I just don't feel confident at all on throwing in a trade, because if it were up to me, I'd be throwing in a trade. I'd be throwing in a long, to be honest with you. I feel like longing. It just doesn't seem like that's the way the market wants to move, and I'm not trying to lose any money. So what do we got here on the 15 minute? On the 15 minute, could you say that you have an inverse head and shoulders? I mean, right now, let's take a look. Do I have an inverse head and shoulders on here? Let's see. I don't know if I have it. Patterns. Here we go. I have a head and shoulders. I don't know if I have an inverse head and shoulders. But let's just draw with our. I mean, you have a shoulder, a head, and you're making another shoulder. Inverse head and shoulders. I mean, it's a little sloppy. It's not like the most ideal inverse head and shoulders. But that would be an idea, considering where you are, you know, and considering that you have those high vector candles up there at the top of the channel. You could say something like that, where you want to come back up, fill these imbalances in the chart, at least, you know, throw in a cheeky 10x long, you know, or 5x, you know, just keep it low leverage, keep your stops tight. I mean, you've been getting support on your fib all day, like all day long. So you could say something like that. Let's go over to the 12 hour, see what the 12 hour is doing. 12 hour on Market Cipher. Well, not Market Cipher. I want to get Market Cipher so bad. I mean, okay, so you know, you can see I got these red boxes here. So one thing is that, like, on a macro scale, is that if we did pump up, I mean, we have just a mass amount of shorts that have just been chilling in profit ever since that one FOMC meeting up here. I mean, this is massive red vector candles. Do I have some up here? I mean, you definitely have some up here, obviously. I mean, all that they've been chilling. You know, I drew these out on lower time frames too to see, like, if any of them had gotten taken. But you know, look at that. I mean, you just have mass amounts, and we have major resistance here. It is hot in my room. Oh my god! I'm putting my air conditioner on. One moment. Holy mackerel! It is hot. Hot as balls. Hot as balls. Sorry if it's a little bit noisy. I got a brand new air conditioner. Alright. 12 hour. 12 hour Stokes coming down. I mean, it kind of looks like a short is in play, to be honest with you. I mean, I would say... I mean, could this be a head and shoulders? I mean, I do love head and shoulders, where you have, like, a shoulder, a head, and you're about to form another shoulder. Maybe you get a pump up through the channel, come up there, you know, come grab some of that liquidity up there, come back down, you know, to your fib level right here, and boom, you have a head and shoulders. That could be, you know? Can you see that? Right like that. Could be. It is possible. It is all possible. So I also got, I mean, you're getting, this would be major resistance as well, though, wouldn't it? Because we have vectors over, we had vectors over here. You know, you can't see them. Oh, there you are. You had some vectors over here. If I throw Trader's Reality on, you probably can see it. See if we, let's do it. Let's throw Trader's Reality back on. Alright. Alright. We should have yellow vector candles, which we do. Alright. Right here. Alright. I might have had it on, like, the super low time frame, which is why it's, like, really thin. Really thin. Let's see. Man, going back far. It's like 2 years. I mean, that's, in essence, how long things can take. I'm so tired. I can't believe I'm live right now doing a video. Where are you? Where are you, Vector? I give up. I don't think we're ever getting there. Let's come back. Let's come back in time. We're gonna go back in time. We're gonna go back in time. Oh, I'm ready to give up on this. I don't think the 15-minute is really where we should be looking here, but I want to know why I put that vector candle, that support box so tiny. It's so tiny. This is our falling channel. Keep it coming. There's our top. And our price action just disappeared. December 21. Where'd you go? Where's my price action? I give up. My computer's being super slow. Oh, there we go. Alright. Let's see what we got here. Why do I have this box drawn in here? Is my question. You just have this super small... Oh. It goes back farther? Oh, it's not a box, it's a line. Crap. Well, I'm stupid. Alright. I don't know. I don't freaking know, man. It's anyone's freaking guess. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm some technical analyst. What do I know? I know you got a vector candle sitting down here the market makers have yet to take, but I also know that you have fresh vectors up here that they might want to take. I mean, this is an absolute gamble, in my opinion. Based on... Oh, look, you're getting a green dot on your 2 hour. That could bring you up. That's pretty good. Take Trader's Reality off. So what are you forming here on the higher time frames? Do you have anything going on? Like I said, you probably have an inverse head and shoulders. It's not a bad... That wouldn't be a bad trade to the upside. I don't know. I actually have no clue what's gonna happen. I want to take a long so bad. I want to take a long because in my bones I feel long. Like I just feel it. I really, really, really do. I mean, on these higher time frames, you were printing some good things. You had a green dot down there on the 3-day. Oh man, Jesus! Look at that 5-day. That looks terrible. Oh, that's not good at all. You're getting a bearish engulfing candle on the 5-day. Oh, you're not really, but your body is longer than the previous body. It's 5 days of bearishness. Bearishness. Look at that wick on the 5-day. See, I don't like these wicks. Look at these wicks. Wicks, wicks, wicks. See, I don't know. You're below your EMAs on a lot of these time frames. I mean, you want to see yourself get back above these EMAs to remain bullish. I mean, you're looking for a reverse. I feel like I'm looking for a reversal in all the wrong places. You know, they're like holding price here, and this was major resistance before. Because if you guys remember, like we had come up, right? We had come up from the price action, and we were playing around in this zone right here, right? And then there was a little bit of a weekend rally. Yeah, and weekend price action sucks. And then we ended up right back to where we started here. It's probably likely to come down. You know, I'm looking at this now, and it just seems likely to come down. I mean, I'm looking at it on the VPVR too, like you're sitting right there. Like, you're just waiting to fill this whole gap here. Looks like you're just dying to fill that gap. This looks bearish. I mean, you're making hidden bullish divergence, but that could easily be erased. That makes me want to. Is this even valid trend line? I mean, yeah, get rid of it. You're in a channel. Let's get rid of this too. Let's just start fresh. What do we got? We got kind of like a falling wedge, I guess. Right like this. Right like there. And then we kind of came out of it a little bit. You can see you got touches there. More like touches there. I don't know if it's more of a channel as it is a wedge. But you definitely, that's a bullish pattern, I mean, in essence. But how far could you come down, and do you fall out of this wedge? I mean, in essence, how many touches have you gotten on this? I mean, here's a touch, here's a touch, here's a touch, here's a, you know? It's kind of like where you're at. You are getting multiple touches on this line. At least close to it. So it's a valid trend line. So, you know, you are trending down. The trend is to the downside. The trend is your friend. Till the end. You know? I mean, if you did throw in a short, what would a short be? 6 or 7%, maybe about 5%. You know, come down to the golden pocket. I don't know. What's Bitcoin dominance doing? Bitcoin dominance is going down. What the F? What is up with Bitcoin dominance? It's just... I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I don't get it at all. I really don't know. I really, really, really don't know. This is a really, 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 really tough range to trade. I don't know. Probably the best thing to do is probably sit on your hands. The best thing to do is probably sit on your hands. I mean, it looks like you could be forming a head and shoulders. You got hidden bullish divergence. You got bearish divergence. You have a bullish pattern, but bearish indicators. I mean, this thing is all freaking over the place. Although, and look at this, like your 10-hour stock is coming to the bottom. Your 8-hour stock is coming to the bottom. Your 6-hour, your 4-hour, your 2-hour, your 1-hour is starting to turn up, which is a positive. Your half-hour, who pays attention to that? 15-minute is coming down. 7-minute is at the bottom. Those are your lower ones. But your daily is topping out. But your daily could cross. It could do another cross there. Just saying, you know, kind of like it does over here. Came down and crossed and then came back up. Let's see what happened there. This is on February 8th. February 8th. What happened to price action on February 8th? On February 8th, you came up. Yeah. Interesting. You had a big dump. Your stock came up, and you did have a decent pump. You did have a decent pump. And then you did dump back down and take those wicks. Held the 800 EMA on the daily. Interesting. I want to call long. I really do. I really want to call along. I'm feeling bullish. Everyone is bearish. Everyone is thinking we're about to visit 17K again. And I think that, I don't know. You got the Black Crow. I mean, I think maybe you get a pump up. You know, grab this liquid. I don't know. I don't freaking have any clue, man. You do have 3 black crows on the daily. 3 black crows on the daily. You know? Usually you do get a little bit of a pump after you get the 3 black crows. I mean, Stokes are bottoming out on the 10 hour. I mean, what we make, I don't know. It looks like it wants to dump. It looks like it wants to do a little dumpy dump. I mean, if you saw a break of this, I would definitely look to put in a short. That's for damn sure. That is for damn sure. I mean, you don't have a crazy amount of touches on it, but you do have enough. I mean, you got touches here, you got touches here, and then the break. It's a valid trend line. You know? You got bearish divergence happening on the 4 hour, which is playing out. You're extended from your 55 EMA, but not too extended on your 15 minute. You're not too extended on your 15 minute. But I would want to wait for a pump up then to short. You know, unless you're just gonna dump. Unless the plan is to jump. What's the DXY doing? DXY had a hell of a day. DXY looks like it broke some resistance. DXY 1. I mean, right there. You broke out. You know, I don't know if this works for the DXY, but I mean, if you break out, you can come back test, at least come back to the 55 EMA. Maybe that's where you get your pump from. You know? I don't know. No clue. What's going on in the crypto bubbles? Luna's freaking going nuts. I don't know what's going on with Luna. Market's red. You know. What's the fear and greed index at? Lucky number 13. Extreme fear. Usually, we've been in that for God knows how long. A month now. 3 months. Just a massive clump of fear. You're trending up in the fear. You really want to dump it again, get people more fearful. Who knows? Who the F knows? Who the F knows? But, I don't know. Inverse head and shoulders. That's what I see here on the 15 minute. I see an inverse head and shoulders. Bullish patterns aren't really playing out. Stokes on the 1 hour wanna come up on you. But the fact is that they've come up, which means that they'll have room to run down. Stokes are bottomed out on a lot of these time frames, especially the 4 hour. Stokey's bottomed out on the 8 hour, but pointing down. Or on the 6 hour. They're literally reaching the bottom now. They are literally reaching the bottom right now. You'd want to long this. I'm sorry. I would want to long this. Could we dump into tomorrow and then pump? I don't know. There's so many things not making sense in the charts. There's so many things not making sense in the charts. I wouldn't trade this. Okay, I'm lying. I would trade this because I'm a degenerate gambler, right? But like, I don't feel confident in the trade. Nope. Would I feel confident if we dumped out of the falling wedge? Maybe, but then I would be worried that we're just getting a fake out down to that fib, and then we pump up. But that doesn't really make sense either because the liquidity is down here. But there is also a little bit of liquidity up here. I mean, maybe what I'll do just because I feel like being in a trade, is, you take like $20 and you trade it. Just to be in a trade. You don't always have to be in a trade, but I mean, just because, like, I don't know, I do feel like a move is coming. Your EMAs are getting pretty tight. We're getting pretty tight in here, and now they're kind of expanding. I think a move is coming. I mean, some type of move is coming. Some type of move is coming. Your daily EMAs are just banging on you. Just banging on you. You can't even get back above, what is that, my 5? Or my 13? 13 is just weighing you down. I mean, it's just like super duper bearish. I mean, at least you'd want to see it reclaim some of these EMAs, Yeah, it's being weighed down by the 5. Where's my 8? I don't even see my 8 on the daily. Oh, that's my 8 right here, isn't it? Yeah. Your 5 and your 8 right there. I don't know, man. No freaking clue. Don't trade this. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Sideways. Just chop everybody up. You know what? Also, like, the further we go sideways, the less likely it is to come back up and take that. We're going to run out of room in the channel. I don't know, man. I think it's a pretty good looking inverse head and shoulders. People are starting to see it. They're starting to throw in their longs. M pattern on the 5 minute. Another M pattern on the 15 minute. So I'm feeling long. I'm feeling like a long is in order. I mean, at least to come back up and touch the 55 EMA. I mean, okay, so here's the deal. You touch this 55 EMA and you get rejected on it, and you're coming back down to test this trend line, I would put in the short. Because then you would have tested this trend line like 4 or 5 times, and it probably would break. Alright? If you were about throwing your long, you're throwing your long right now. Hope you pump above it. You touch this trend line 3 times. No, 1, 2, 3. Maybe your 4th time testing it, it might break. So, I think the move here is not the short. Not with your Stokes on the 1 hour being that low and pointing up, 4 hours low, 6 hours low, 8 hours low. They're all coming to the bottom. 12 hours banging on you a little bit. That could actually cross and run back up to the upside though. Cross and come back up. But your 18 hours banging on you, and you have to hope for these upper time frame Stokes to kind of cross and then run back up. Yeah. Daily divergence, hidden bearish or hidden bullish? No, nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. You have hidden bullish divergence on some of these time frames though. Anyway, look at guys. It's now 1:15 midnight, and I'm really tired. I don't know what Bitcoin's gonna do. It's probably just gonna go sideways. Alright, here's your moment of truth. Let's see. Best times to trade is coming up in about 1 to 2 hours. Do they come back up and take these vector candles? That's the real question. Which vector candles are they coming back up to take? I mean, you got a vector up here, at least to come take, and that's on the 15 minute, on the 1 hour. Let's see. You got this vector up here, okay, to come back up and take. So be wary of that. Just know the presence of the vector candles. And, you know, that might lead you to the direction of Bitcoin. But also, you're here on the 1 hour. You know, you got a vector candle right there. So, this is a 50-50 trade. Anyone's guess is as good as mine. You're best off just freaking flipping a coin and picking it either way. What are the funding rates? Funding rates can tell you a lot. Funding rates at this current time. Let's see. They're negative, kind of, but not very, not by a lot. Not by a lot. So look at the funding. Like, okay, so let's take a look. So when the funding rate was, oh, it doesn't let me really grab anything. I don't know. This is the worst crypto video of all time, for the record. Just saying. There's absolutely nothing happening. Absolutely nothing happening with Bitcoin at the moment. Gun to my head. Hidden bullish divergence. Vector candles present from the morning session. Price deviated from the 55 EMA. Inverse head and shoulders. Could you come back up, test that channel, maybe get a pump up above it? With your Stokes being where they are. I mean, look at how fast the hourly Stokes. I mean, that hourly comes back up to the top, and you still didn't make it anywhere above resistance here. I mean, yeah, I feel like it's short city, to be honest with you. And these Stokes just run low. And the daily just reached the top, like just reached the top. So it might need to run a little bit. Money flow is starting to turn up. VWAP's starting to cross over in the money flow on the daily. Momentum wave is pointing down. The higher time frames look like garbage. Looks like absolute garbage. Let's check Cypher. Cypher A. Let's see what that's got going on. What's that? Oh, you got a little X in a red triangle or diamond or whatever it is. Nothing crazy going on Market Cypher. Let's get rid of these. I can't stand these. I can't even see through them. I can't see through these EMAs whatsoever. Let's check the 1 hour. Is the 1 hour saying anything? Just local top, local top, local top. Not giving you much. It's not giving you any. You got blood diamonds popping up on the 15-minute. It looks bearish. Bearish AF. Doesn't look good. DXY broke out. I want a long so bad. There's something that's just screaming long to me. Screaming long. Yeah, alright, so the play would be breaks the bottom of the trend line, you throw in your short. You know, you put your stop loss above, pray to God it doesn't come back up and hit it. But if it touches the trend line and gets a little bit of a bounce, maybe you throw in a cheeky long. If you had $100 to trade, I wouldn't put in any more than 20 bucks. 20 bucks. And on like 5x leverage and just see what you get. Maybe you make a little bit of a profit. You know, everyone's always trying to hit a home run, but really it's just about making small wins. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, guys, that's it. Sorry if anybody watches this video. I'm sorry. All right, be good. Take it easy. I'll see you in the next one.